Ugandans are large. My name is Gold Ichiriza, an aspirant for National Female Youth MP 2026-2031. With me are my fellow aspirants from all over the country: Eastern Region, Western Uganda, Central Uganda, Northern Uganda, and National Female Youth MP aspirant. Yesterday, all of us, the NRM Youth MP aspirant, convened at Katikati grounds in regards to our election. And we are here today to communicate to our different organs of the NRM party in regards to our issues and concerns of the electoral process. I think maybe you can continue. I go on? Yes. On the 25th of August, our election was supposed to happen. Delegates from all over the country convened at Kololo grounds so that we could have the delegates conference. The election didn't happen, and it was postponed to 26th. Still, it still got postponed to 27th. And from there, and then we got a call from the president in regards to him presiding over the election, and communication wasn't passed, of course, on when it should happen. And so, as the Youth MP aspirants, we are concerned. Many of us here have concerns that we are bringing to the president. Number one, to the chairman of the party. Number one, our first concern is in regards of when the election should be held, the date of the election. We all agreed that on the 12th of September 2025 is when the election should be held, to give delegates ample time to prepare their minds, and some of these delegates actually have responsibilities. They have work to do. They had taken leave to come and participate in the electoral process, which didn't happen. And so we believe 2 weeks from now is good for them to show up for the election with new energy to come and have their leaders elected. Number two is the concern of who presides over the election. As a Youth MP aspirants, we have a very huge concern of Mr. Dr. Tango Doe. We believe there is no transparency in the electoral process. And the election that happened on the 26th was the best example to the young people. We call upon His Excellency, like he promised us, to be the presider of the election as the chairman of the party.
My name is John Baptist Ouma, aspiring youth member of Parliament, Eastern Uganda. And as my sister has right stated, here before you are all aspirants, most of them across the country. And we continue to express concern about the way the election was held the previous nights. It is obvious that it is during the delegates convening that these elections are meant to be held. It is very unfortunate that the young people in the movement, to now as we speak, the leadership is not yet defined. We therefore express grief, not just as candidates, but also from the delegates themselves, who have traveled from across the country, to come and elect their leaders. We trust the leadership of the movement through the national chairperson that they have always showed love to the young people. However, we are being proved otherwise by the way the election has been held, that right now we don't have any leadership of the young people. We express concern on how these young people are next to be facilitated as they travel for the election that is yet to be stated. But we have proposed, as my sister has stated, that 12th is the best day for this election. Other factors remaining constant. We suggest and pray to the national chairperson that all delegates should be facilitated and well facilitated to enable them come back for this election. Because as we speak now, most of the delegates are out of the premises of Kampala. Some have traveled hundreds and hundreds of kilometers away. These are young men and women who have families to take care of. These are young men and women who were very much disappointed on that day. People were sleeping on pavers that night. These are mothers who have their children were on pavers that night. And you can imagine the health of a girl child if at all they are having 3 days of not sleeping per se that day. We request the national chairperson to have interest, and not just interest in words, practical interest in our matter. As young people, we are grieved, and we are suggesting to the party to raise so much concern and get involved in the matter of election of young leaders in this country. We equally say that there must be cohesion and unity amongst us as young leaders, and we have already expressed that. It is unfortunate that the party is seeming to give a deaf ear over the concerns of the young people. We have 78% of inclusion of the population of this country. If our leadership as young people is not defined up to now, we are worried. We are so much worried and stressed on whether the NRM really puts the interest of the young people forward. We shall see yet on the organization that is yet to happen, on whether we are going to be well organized or not. We have equally expressed concern about the conductors of this election. We don't want to mention names. We don't want to mention names. But we have all known who the presiding officer has been. We pray and we pray. And these are resolutions agreed to by all aspirants. We pray that the president takes center stage as the observer of this election, to enable transparency, better transparency in this election. And we have also suggested in our resolution that the election should be conducted district per district, as it was from other leagues, district per district, because we have got issues of delegates who forged delegates, ghost delegates are in. We have gotten rumors of people infiltrating the registers. We equally continue to ask and to pray to the leadership of NRM that up to now, what dawns on us is that most of the candidates have not yet been given the register of delegates. Up to now, we were going to get to that election without a good register outlined and accredited by the movement system. We pray that the full register be availed to us. We only had a register availed to us of district delegates. But remember, our election, even sub-county chairpersons elect. During vetting the process, we had our contacts availed to the party. We had our emails availed to the party. It's very unfortunate that to today as we speak right now, no one received an express, defined list of delegates. We pray that these concerns must be addressed. And we also want to emphasize that nothing can happen right now. Nothing can happen right now. And as we have already seen, nothing seems to be able to happen without the party chairperson convening a conversation with all aspirants in this country. We express grief and we call upon the president, the national chairperson of the party, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, to convene a conversation with all aspirants, all youth aspirants, even the league aspirants, because on that day, we were the real observers of this election. We know how best it occurred. Yeah. We were there seeing what was happening. We therefore call upon the national chairperson to convene a conversation with all of us before this election is going to happen. We also pray that there is no legitimate election that can happen at night. There is no legitimate that can happen at night. That is considered witchcraft. We pray that an election that is to happen next should be in broad daylight. Should be in broad daylight with everybody is observing. And I think we have all agreed that in the presence of the national chairperson, we can have some little bit of transparency in our election. We have also agreed unanimously that we think the best place for this election to happen is actually State House. Nowhere else, State House. We request the national chairperson of the party to call upon all the delegates to convene at State House for this election to happen, just as a venue, just as a venue. Of course, the people that conduct the election are well defined in the rules. Politics of handouts. We have observed this. We have observed this in broad daylight. People accessing the venue, people accessing the venue of the election with bags of money. It is very sad and unfortunate. The movement that we know our forefathers fought for is not defined in that aspect. We therefore call upon the national chairman of the movement party to draw closer attention, to the concerns of the young people. And we trust he has already showed concern that will be available. We thank him. He has already showed concern that will be available. But we want him to go so practical on this aspect of the young people, because with us, we are extremely grieved.
In addition to what my brother has said, as aspirants for youth MP positions, we believe, and we all know, even the public knows, the NRM is a massive party in Uganda. Being a massive party, it should have equal representative of youth at Central Executive Committee. We have one person that represents us at Central Executive Committee over the many. As we all saw, the elections of other leagues happened, but the Youth League's election got issues. And so there should be proper coordination of the delegates conference. And we believe that the party had enough time to actually coordinate this. But did it happen? No. We need equal representatives at Central Executive Committee. At least there should be 5 members, 5 youth. This position should be regionalized. The National Youth League chairman of the party should be regionalized to Eastern, Western, Central, and Northern chairperson of the Youth League. To have our voices heard at tables where decisions are made. The other thing is transporting and facilitation of delegates. We are all here and we all saw what happened in Kololo. Colleagues were sleeping on the grass, using their bags as pillows. This is not really good for our party. And we believe there should be intervention in regards to this. There should be at least a modest kind of payment to every and each delegate before we go for this election, to prepare prior the election. We talk about the bribes. The delegates have been compromised by fellow aspirants. And this is because they are poor, they are young people poor, and they don't have that money in their wallets. To have merit, to have leaders that go through on merit, we need a system. We need a vetting system in the NRM party. Of recent, we saw a comrade being denominated 2 days to the election day. That is not fair, and that's not fairness in the NRM system. We believe if the vetting process is there, all aspirants vetted, everything that qualifies them to be MPs is okay. There could be at least, there could be youth MPs that go to Parliament on merit and very well qualifying. So fellow youth, the delegates, we call upon you to be calm, to be peaceful, stand in unity for any date that shall be communicated to you. And we stand solid, all of us, the youth aspirants, we stand solid with you. We know it's not been easy. There's been delays, frustration, confusion in this whole process. But we believe the chairman of the party is going to intervene in this matter, like he already intervened actually. But on the election day, we shall have him. And so kindly be calm. Everything is going to be okay. Let's build an NRM that is sustainable for every young person in this country. Thank you so much.
But we want to also state that we love the party painfully from what is transpiring. We call upon all the stakeholders to have much more interest in this matter than it looks. You observe that we are contestants. Some people are competing. We are all competing for literally the same positions. But by the time we convene here, that means we are concerned. And actually the party should applaud us, young leaders, who are not yet there, but we have all convened here for the interest of the party. Let us correct this system. And that is a commitment we have all made, that if it is for the purposes of correcting this party as young leaders to be, we convene here in good faith. In good faith, not to attack anybody, not to hurt anybody, not to point fingers at anybody, but just for the interest of the good of the party. We therefore rest our case, but we continue to implore the delegates that whenever they are called upon to convene, kindly, don't lose it all, come around. We are very hopeful that without any doubt, we are going to meet the national chairman as aspiring youth members of parliament before the election is to happen. We have spent time in this election. We have spent time. As it stands right now, it seems we are all back on factory reset. It seems we have to again restart a campaign. What does that call for? Resources have gone. Time has been spent. So we are grieved, and we want to implore those that are in charge to take this to a very high level of concern. I thank you.
MZ, oi.
The reason as why the youth MPs sat here and are asking to meet the party chairperson, His Excellency, is because we want to have our election the day when they set it, and it should be peaceful and should be calm. So our meeting with the party chairperson is just to bring to table our suggestions, which we believe he will consider. Because all we want and all we are asking for is a peaceful election, and let the winner be a winner. And let those ones who lose be comfortable that they have won me peacefully.